Once we understand these triggers, avoidance might seem like the fix, right? But that's just a temporary solution. Start with the end in mind. We're thinking with a successful mindset. And you already know it's mindset over everything. That's why we're here. Rise and grind, bless up. You already know it's your boy Andre V, aka Long Game Mo. It's mindset over everything. And welcome to the Mindset Over Everything podcast. In today's journey, we're breaking free from the chains of anxiety. We're going to talk about the triggers of anxiety so we can better understand them. We're going to talk about the difference between avoidance and perspective. And we're also going to talk about coping mechanisms. So make sure you stay tuned all the way to the end. Anxiety triggers are individual, different to each individual person, right? Could be walking into a crowded room. Could be a deadline. Could be the holidays, right? Which we got right around the corner, right? Just dealing with a bunch of people, right? Dealing with the questions they may ask. For some people, it could be as simple as they're doing better than they've done in the past. I've got a friend who's been talking about this a lot, right? And he's a little anxious, right? Of going into Thanksgiving where the family's going to be asking him tons of questions because he doesn't want to be in the spotlight. So for each person, these things are different. But again, understanding these triggers is key to starting your journey to overcoming anxiety. If this is starting to show value, don't forget to like so it gets to more people, and subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss out on any new content. Once we understand these triggers, avoidance might seem like the fix, right? But that's just a temporary solution. It's like putting lipstick on a pig. I mean, like, what we actually need is perspective, right? So if we can shift the perspective, shift the perception of the trigger, right? Instead of viewing the crowded room as a problem that we need to avoid, view the crowded room as an opportunity, right? Not, oh man, I have to go into that room with all these people. No, I get to do that, right? I get to go into that crowded room of all these people so that I can try to be 1% better than I was the last time I was in a crowded room, right? So when we talk about identifying these triggers, not avoiding them, we also have to talk about the coping mechanisms and habit change. Maybe we kind of visualize this, and we also visualize like the worst possible situation that could happen, right? So that we're prepared and we don't have a mental break. Instead, it's like, oh, when, uncle comes over and starts saying that nonsense that we don't want to hear, right? We already have a game plan. Coping mechanisms are just different ways that we're going to handle the anxiety, right? Because the anxiety is not going to disappear. It's just not, right? But when we walk into a situation, we could have breathing mechanisms, right? Deep breathing, where take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. If you notice as I get closer to this third one, a smile starts coming up on my face. So while these coping mechanisms are tools that help us to deal with anxiety in the moment so that we can actually show up and be present in the moment, using these techniques like deep breathing, meditation, journaling, leaning into community, whatever the case may be, they're great. They help you in the moment. But in order to bring about true change, we've got to change habits, right? Thoughts equal habits, habits equal actions, actions equal results. It's a cycle, right? And if we don't change one step within the cycle, then we're doing the same thing. And if we're expecting different results and doing the same thing, we all know what definition we're talking about, right? We get the choice every single day. We get the choice whether we want to be mindful of the reality, and the opposite of that is mindless, right? So we can choose to do the same thing, expecting different results, and try to act like we don't see what that is. But being mindful rather than mindless is probably the way we want to go, right? At the end of the day, if you hand me a ticket to go somewhere, I want to know where that somewhere is. I want to know what gate I'm boarding, at what time. I want to know the destination. I want to know what time I get off the plane, right? This thought process is actually starting with the end in mind. We just don't look at it that way. But just like other things that we don't look at logically, right? We should. Think about it this way. I failed to plan, then I plan to fail, right? Shang Tzu, Art of War, right? All battles are won or lost before the battle's even started. So if we start with the end in mind, we're thinking with a successful mindset. And you already know it's mindset over everything. That's why we're here. We're here because we recognize that the mindset is the key, right? So I'm not going to beat a dead horse. Thoughts, habits, actions, results. Thoughts, habits, actions, results. Thoughts, habits, actions, results. We've got to make the change. And I want to make sure that I stress this. I do all I can. It's my purpose and mission in life to just spread the message. I know at my worst, I felt alone, and that loneliness is what was killing me. And it caused me to not want to be here, right? So at the end of the day, I want to make sure that I say that you got to remember it's okay to reach out to somebody, to talk to somebody, right? It's okay to talk to a therapist. It's okay to ask for help. Asking for help is not weakness. Asking for help is the strength to follow the serenity prayer, right? So breaking free from the chains of anxiety is literally about the resilience in your journey, right? The resilience in your journey to follow that serenity prayer, to understand and accept the things that you can change, accept the things that you can't, and having the wisdom to know the difference, right? So, it's also about having the wisdom to know when you need to lean on somebody. It's about just reaching out and doing what's necessary. And here, it's about building a community where we all grow and move forward with purpose and passion. So if you're vibing with the message, make sure to subscribe. Share this with anyone who needs to hear this message. And don't forget to smash the like button just to make the YouTube gods spread this around a little bit more so that it will help more people, right? And with that being said, you already know if you woke up this morning, you're blessed. It's mindset over everything. It's your boy Andre V, aka Long Game Mo. And together we grow. Peace and love. I'm out.